1934 Cadillac 355D convertible coupe.
The history of collecting and showing cars is part of tradition here in Southern California, an institution as old as cars themselves. With near-perfect weather, miles of open road, and a limitless wealth of imagination and creativity, Los Angeles is home to some of the best-kept automobiles in the world.
Welcome to the Palos Verdes chapter of the Concours d'Elegance here at Trump National Golf Course on this beautiful California day.
The Concours d'Elegance is the premier car show held in America today. For a vehicle to be considered for judging at the Concours, it must either be preserved in its original state or can be a complete chassis-up refabrication with specific and accurate restorations. All of this while keeping in mind to make absolutely certain that it looks and drives just as it did when it first left the factory. The cars featured here must hold a certain historical significance, featuring technology that was innovative for their day. These cars at one time set the bar for automotive excellence and achievement through unique styling and revolutionary engineering. Most vehicles featured here are quite literally one of a kind.
This is a 1908 Model T Ford, 2-lever, 2-pedal, and this is number 131, the oldest one in the world that is restored at this time. I heard about the car in about 1977, and it took us 2 years to find the owner. It was a complete basket case. It was just, honest to goodness, a pile of junk. We brought it home on a trailer and in boxes. We started restoring it in '79. We finished it in '82. It had not been started in 18 years, and a week ago yesterday, we changed the oil, drained the gas, everything else, put new in there. Believe it or not, it started on the 3rd crank.
The Concours event here in Palos Verdes attracts car enthusiasts from all over California to come and see up close some of the rarest and most nostalgic automobiles still in existence today. Each car here tells a story as unique as the owners themselves. This 1938 Mercedes-Benz has been in the Myers family for 3 generations and will one day be passed on to her children, serving as a nostalgic point of pride.
I have a 1938 Mercedes Cabriolet 230B, and it was my grandfather's. He actually ordered it from the factory in 1938 after they sent it from Germany to Lake City, Minnesota. As a child, I would go in this car every summer, and I'd sit on the very back, and he'd pile in all the neighborhood kids, the neighborhood dogs. It was just a great memory. It actually was in a barn for about 20 years in Minnesota until we could decide what we wanted to do with it. The suitcases were actually original. Wow. They came like that, custom fitted in the back when they were ordered in the factory, and we just restored them.
Weeks later, and miles away from the excited atmosphere of the Concours, we find the champion of this event in an office building on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood. This is a 1934 V16 Cadillac all-weather Phaeton. And as beautiful as it truly is, this is not the champion we speak of. And neither is this. Not yet, at least. This hand-built 1934 Rolls-Royce Phantom II is estimated to be valued at over $1.2 million. It is the embodiment of luxury and style. These 2 beautiful automobiles are part of a first-rate collection owned by this man. Mr. Zahini, or Tony Vincent as he's better known to friends and colleagues, is a name that is well recognized in the circle of California car collectors. Tony is the owner of this 1939 Delage D8 120 Cabriolet. This amazing example of French automotive elegance has been named Best in Show at both Pebble Beach and Palos Verdes Concours d'Elegance.
Collecting automobiles has different levels, and I say that respectfully because not everyone can afford multi-million-dollar cars. My 1937 Accord, by most standards that I've been able to come in contact with, judges particularly, they say that's the most perfect automobile that has existed.
For a perfect automobile to exist in such a condition requires constant maintenance and care. This is Richard Gallardo, a self-taught expert in automotive restoration and fabrication.
I love doing this because when I'm done with it, then I can just stand there and look at it and say, that's my work, you know? And I go to shows and I just listen to all of the oohs and ahs and, you know, people have to say. So that's what it is, really. It's loving what you do, you know?